Hello, welcome back to Common Creatures, the TTRPG podcast. I am your narrator still because this is the Common Creatures post show for our giant one-shot / two-shot. I know it's kind of a mix of both two of them. Anyways, we have the other Common Creatures here. We have Joe.
Hey, y'all.
Ethan.
Howdy.
Alex. Zach.
Hello.
And producer Maddie.
Hi, besties.
Maddie, how you?
Good. I'm doing great.
That's good. It's good to hear. I'm glad that like what's it called? I was listening over while I was doing the edit and stuff like that. It was very funny because like in the middle of it, I was like, "And Maddie's here," and you're like, I always get you at the wrong moment.
I was eating lemon pepper wings, and Rob was like, "And Maddie's here." I was like, "Oh."
But guys, we played a different game. We finally were able to get away from Pathfinder for a little bit to jump into the Marvel Multiverse RPG. And I kind of just want to know, what did y'all think of the system overall? It's something completely different from Pathfinder. And I know a couple of us had a little bit of,
a learning curve.
Yeah, a bit of a learning curve, as well as like some of us had like we've played the game before. So overall, I just wanted to think, what did y'all guys think of it? Do you guys want to continue to go and dive into different TTRPGs? Overall, what did you think? We'll start with Ethan. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I loved. We excuse me. We've played the Marvel TTRPG before, and I really enjoyed it. I loved going back to it, and yeah, I think learning all of these new systems, can be. It's just really fun. It's like learning a new board game. Like learning Monopoly for the first time or how to play Life. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to kind of see those things kind of develop.
You're talking about Monopoly and Life specifically, and I remember the fight that you and Maddie had a few episodes ago.
Those burn in my brain. That's why.
It's okay, guys. He's completely over it.
Yeah. Alex, what about you, man?
It was fun. It was a great break for me. I don't know if I was just tired that night or what, but my biggest struggle was the fucking math change up. Because like Zach was correcting my math every 4 seconds. I was getting confused with, because it took me forever to figure out Pathfinder. Yeah. And I'm still figuring it out. Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was fun. The RPG elements were really cool. I think the fact that it was so not dumbed down isn't the right way to say it, but so much more simple than what Pathfinder is really threw me for a loop. And it made me be like, so where did you get more complicated? And I think I was overcomplicating it for myself than what it actually was. But it was fun.
That's good, man. Yeah, one of the really cool things I do like about it is that it is specifically made to play like the Marvel characters that are, like in canon. It does lack a lot when it comes to like character creation, that's like something I was like, okay, like if we ever do a campaign in it, I would have wanted y'all guys to make characters, but at the same time, like the leveling up kind of sucks. And like the powers, they're really cool, but like it's kind of like the same sort of thing for each sort of power set and stuff. But overall, I think like the gameplay is really fun. But I do just love the 3 actions per turn for Pathfinder so much. Yeah. I think that's another thing that was like kind of weird going through it. It's like, okay, move. Action, and then you can use your reaction if you want. I don't know. Yeah, Zach, what about you, man?
I thought it was very fun. I think the system is like very simplified, so it's easy to learn, and it's like a break compared to Pathfinder, like Dungeons and Dragons. Mm-hmm. But I also really enjoy the amount of detail that goes into Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons, and all the different things that you can do, and the like strategization when it comes to encounters and fighting, and like just so many different paths that you can take. Where in that game, it's very much just like combat is very simplified. Mm-hmm. So it's like very fun, but I can't imagine doing a campaign as long as we're doing in Pathfinder with like that Marvel kind of game. Yeah. Because I feel like it'd be fun, but I don't feel like you could really get as like into the weeds with a lot of stuff with that.
And I think the 3 action system is just really it feels a lot better, like flow wise, in terms of combat. I felt like combat was very like start and stop, and that's what when we played D&D the first time, that was very much what it was, where it was just like start, stop, start, stop, start, stop.
But you could do a lot more things because like in the Marvel game, it's like you can move, you can do an attack, but you don't have like items in your backpack. You don't have extra things that it's like, oh, I'm going to imbue myself with this random item I have.
Right.
Yeah. You know, random Molotov cocktails. I'll make out of sake bottles from it. There is some other really cool stuff. Like I said, as I was listening to the podcast while I was editing, I do think that the Marvel TTRPG does give for instances to do more dumb stuff. I mean, like, I think about one of Ethan's things that he did where he was like, oh, I'm going to run through the entire building and I want to see if there's anything that... You can't really do that in Pathfinder because there's not really an ability to do that. But like, as we know, Quicksilver is super, super fast. So he's able to just run through everything, like, all right, cool, and then immediately run back out to get that information, which is something that's, you know, really, really, a really smart thing to do. So overall, I do think there's a lot of more creative stuff. Maddie, as someone that didn't get to play, but more as like a kind of passive person listening to us as we play, what did you think was kind of the difference between kind of like the role play overall with the Marvel RPG and with Pathfinder as we're doing with Season of Ghosts?
I feel like, so first with the role playing, it's a little different because these are characters that everyone knows exists, and for the most part, a lot of people know their background. Mm-hmm. And so you kind of have to think about that. Like, you can't necessarily, I mean, you could, people might be upset, but like, you couldn't necessarily make something up that never has happened before, because that wouldn't make sense. Like, if someone were to be, I don't know, I want to say Scarlet Witch, Black Widow. Mm-hmm. Oh, Black Widow's here, and she's like, I don't know, like on drugs or something. I don't know, but like that just doesn't make sense to her character at all.
Yeah. You have to be more faithful. To
you have to be more
know.
faithful versus like the creativity and how flexible y'all have it playing D&D. And like, you know, we couldn't really create a character like Burger.
Burger.
Hey
Burgle stands are going to come for you, bro.
I haven't slept a lot lately. You can't really create a character.
On your ass.
My boy Burger.
I'm so sorry. Our fan who mentioned Burgle to us.
Burgle's against Maddie.
I'm so sorry. I'm not even in the world. So sorry. But yeah, but like you couldn't really create a character like him in the world. Uh-huh. It would somehow have to make sense to like the aliens like that met Captain Marvel and blah blah. Like you would have to like, you could, but again,
you have to play in the sandbox of
the
world.
Exactly. So I mean, for someone like, you know, who's very beginner, like I mean like me, like that is a good intro. Like what you had said before, like a long time ago, you're like, oh, like this Marvel one shot would be really fun, especially just to sit around, especially if you're super new. Like, yeah, that's highly recommended and it's a lot of fun. But then, you know, kind of like exactly what Zach was saying. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't really have things in your backpack. You can't be as spontaneous. But I think it was still really interesting to see y'all be creative with characters we've always known growing up. And it was also fun for me to, like, learn about other comic book characters that I didn't even know about. Like, I remember I was texting Rob about it beforehand, and I definitely did research on those characters I texted him about. I was like, was I intrigued about these characters? Because maybe Taylor Swift was rumored to be playing one of them. Maybe. Mm. But yeah, no, it was really fun to learn a lot more, just to hear where y'all are going to take those stories of those characters.
And Joe, what about you? What did you think of the system, like, overall? I know we've played it together a couple of times now, but, like, what did you think?
So yeah, kind of to everyone's point, I love the 3-action system just for flow wise in Pathfinder. I agree with Ethan that Dungeons and Dragons was a little bit choppy, but also because of the amount of people that we played in that campaign. And then this one just went by like kind of slow too, but we do have the opportunity to do more like cool stuff, more fun stuff. And then I just really enjoy like seeing everyone, like, for example, Zach is always like super technical, and like that's one of his greatest strengths in That's like one of his greatest strengths. Like when we were playing Pathfinder, he's like always super technical. He's always on it. So it was kind of fun to see him like just play this like big bulk of a thumb.
I enjoy it.
With Juggernaut. And then also, like I said this in the episode, but like I enjoy every single time we play a campaign that Zach goes after Ethan's character. No questions asked. Like that's one of the things I always look forward to. And then like the math is really complicated. And so I had like my calculator out and I was just like doing little things. But overall I think it's like a super fun system. I'm glad that we took a break from like the intensity and like the what's it called, the longevity of Season of Ghosts, to play something that like isn't really gonna impact us. Like
it's not like story.
We get to play these characters. We get to do dumb shit. And then, like, we're never going to pick up these characters again unless you're Juggernaut, because I have a feeling Zach's going to play Juggernaut. Yeah. Like, anytime.
I can't reprise that role.
One of the really fun, like I said, one of the with what I said with Ethan, like, you know, there's really cool things to like make character choices, and you know, what Maddie said, like we have to play in the sandbox that we're in, right? And one of the funniest things I remember from the first time we played the Marvel RPG was we did the one shot that was made by Marvel, which is called Deadpool Roleplays the Marvel Universe. And one of the first things that I print out these little sheets, it's like, okay, here's the actions and reactions or whatever that you can do. Immediately, I remember Zach being like, fastball special, what's that? And and he was like, I'm gonna do that immediately, which basically it's like an action that you grab someone on your team and you throw them, and then the person that's being thrown uses their reaction to make a hit. And Zach's like, I'm throwing Ethan, and immediately he like runs over to Ethan, who's playing Cloak. So I was like, it was like, doesn't technically make sense, but at the same time, I was like, it's still pretty funny. So like, it was like throwing. I was surprised that didn't come up in the in this episode. But is there something else that y'all guys wanted, like, kind of more from? Like, do you want to continue to jump into different TTRPGs? Is that something that y'all guys are more interested in? Because I know, like, as we continue to do this one, there's going to be a lot more cool stuff, definitely in the story with Season of Ghosts. But do y'all guys, continue to want to do this? Is it something that y'all guys prefer to kind of just push through the rest of the Season of Ghosts? And what, if anything, what kind of stories interest you if we do jump into something else?
I'd love to do some like horror related ones or the horror themed ones. I know you've brought a couple up before.
Yeah, we may be playing some Call of Cthulhu for Halloween.
Horror.
Yeah, horror. Yeah.
No, I would love
I got excited for the wrong thing.
I don't know. Earlier, Joe mentioned My Little Pony one, and I don't know, guys.
Yeah,
I feel like
let's
I
all
could
be
see
bronies.
Zach eat that up.
No,
you know what I mean?
told Rob, I was like, I want to run a My Little Pony campaign, but it's just like the guys in our friend group that like would never touch that. Blake, Tyler,
just the bronies. Yeah, just the bronies.
I would think we would get like a very high spike in traffic for that one episode, just from a very particular group of people who just love that.
Like hear Tyler making like these decisions, and Blake's like, that doesn't even make any sense. It's like Zach, but more aggressive. It's like, that's just stupid. You know what? I'm just gonna do this, Rob. I
remember we played with Blake when we were testing out Foundry VTT for the first time, and it was the first time we ever played any role-playing game at all, and he like took to it like a fish from water. Like he just like was like boom 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 boom. But yeah, exactly like you said, like he was just like basically Zach was just like, okay, this is what I want to do, this is the best, this move makes the best sense for me to do right here. And it was just sort of, so I think like having him in that sort of environment would be hilarious, to be a pony. Ethan, what about you, man? What do you think about?
It's a big thought.
Big thought.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I really want to try Kids on Bikes, just because I've been hearing so much about it. So I think that would be a really interesting system that's a lot more grounded, I think, if I'm reading kind of the vibes of it right. just not being all powerful like beings and just going up against these fucking monsters. That would be really cool. But honestly, I do really like Pathfinder, just the Pathfinder system and everything about it. Going back to Marvel after, I mean, I know I'm kind of reiterating the point, but like going back to Marvel after doing Pathfinder everything, it's just like I prefer Pathfinder a lot more to a lot of games now, and I get why it's so like it's become kind of one of the bigger names because recall knowledge is like outside of even combat, recall knowledge is so good, and having so many things that you can do per like category of things that you're like you can recall knowledge on anything. And there's
Didn't
also
you try that in Marvel?
There's a point
Weren't you like, can I recall knowledge?
Can we recall knowledge in this game? And I was like, unfortunately not. No, but like, yeah. And Alex is like, I'm recall knowledge.
Yeah. But I was just like, it's just it's such a interesting, piece of the game that you don't even really realize is so impactful until you're in a situation like that where it's like, oh, well, why can't Quicksilver like search through his memories and be like, hey, what is this? Or, something like that.
Next time, be Gwenpool.
Yeah.
True.
I do. I am excited to start or to like dive into Starfinder.
Oh, yeah.
Because like when we went to like the comic book shop, I was like reading through a couple of the new things in there. And it looks so cool. Like, and the weapons look so cool. Yeah. So I'm excited. Kind of the same system, but in space. Amazing.
Yeah, you can use the exact same classes from Pathfinder 2e and Starfinder. They just add a couple of different classes and a couple of different species and stuff like that. And I'm very excited. I want to go ahead and do. They released a one shot already that I want to go and jump into. And then they released their first. Campaign setting, so like it kind of like how Season of Ghosts is like has like different books, whatever. They released the first book for the very first campaign in Starfinder 2e, and it looks really really cool also. So I do think that would be something really cool to look forward to in the future. That's what I really want to play next. I know I keep yapping about Starfinder, and Ethan mentions Kids on Bikes, but I think we'll probably if we touch Kids on Bikes, we'll probably jump into a version of it that's made by Dropout. Called oh my goodness, what is it called?
Bikes on Kids.
Never Stop Blowing Up. And that
was Kids on Bikes.
It's Kids on Bikes. It's a variation on Kids on Bikes, where basically every attribute you have starts at a D4. And if you roll like the highest number on your dice, so like a 4 and a D4, it explodes. You get to graduate to the next dice, so like a D6 is next, and then you get to roll that again, add that together. And if you fail something, you get something called an adversity token, and you can use those adversity tokens to power up your rolls. So like say if you rolled a 4, you can use 2 adversity tokens to bump it up to a 6. And that would make the dice blow up again, jumping up to a D8. So it's overall just like making your characters more and more stronger by just like rolling the dice. And you're encouraged to fail in that game.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you're supposed to fail in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then like as it gets towards the end, it's like, okay, now we're, it's a little.
Can you die in that game?
Yes, you can. Oh. Yeah, you can die in the game. It's a different damage system where it's like you don't really take points of damage. It's kind of like depending on the hit that you take.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, it's emotional damage. Depending on how much damage you take like 1 to 2 like mortal wounds, and when you get to 3 mortal wounds, you die.
Oh,
yeah. So it's really it's super like you don't very rules light. It's very like, hey, what do you want? It's very like improv heavy, where it's like, oh, okay, I look around the room. Is there a pencil here? Because I want to use this pencil to stab someone in the eye. It's like, cool, yeah, you can do that. Give me a wits check to see if I find a pencil. Cool, you did it. Roll to hit.
Because they're kids.
Because they're kids
on bikes.
And then for sure, I think the next one that we will be doing will be Call of Cthulhu for Halloween. Spooky scary.
I'm excited for 3 years from now when we play Ethan's Avatar thing.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It's coming, guys. Don't worry.
Who is Cthulhu?
It's
CTH.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to do that one. Maybe we'll get some people. Probably might have our first guests for that one. We'll see. We'll have some guests for that one.
He looks like that guy from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Like Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who he's supposed to be?
No.
Oh.
I cracked the code. He's
Lovecraft,
He's Davy Jones. Call of Davy
He's from the
Jones.
Lovecraft, like is it H.P. Lovecraft?
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft,
Notorious
like-
racist. Yeah.
Is he really?
Look up the name of his cat.
Oh God, I will not be doing that.
Yeah,
now.
do not-
I will.
But yeah, I think that should do it for this. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to give you a big compliment.
Oh, yeah,
because
go
I
ahead.
thought it was very smart of you. One, running everything you've run so far, it's been really great. You're doing a fantastic job at it. So I just want to give you props for taking us through all these stories really in a great way. But also, I think it was very smart for you to give us that palate cleanser of the Marvel multiverse thing. Because to me, and I think for a lot of people, it reinforced like, oh, we're excited to get back into Pathfinder.
Yeah.
So just wanted to.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Joe!
That was the cat's name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, back to Give Me Robert. Thank you,
We
Robert.
will not
Thank
be
you.
saying it here on
No,
here.
we will
won't be
not
saying
be. But yes, thank you. I'm excited for what you have in store for us next.
I'm very excited that y'all like Pathfinder as much as you do. I was very hesitant.
I mean,
when-
I fucking hate. No, I'm kidding.
I was very hesitant when we were first talking about creating common creatures. I was like, what system should we jump into? Because like everyone and their mom does D&D podcasts, and I was like, Pathfinder it's a popular game, but there's not a lot of podcasts that focus mostly on that.
It was a good market for us to go saturate.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Basically, it's like we step into there, I'm very very glad. I really love the rules, and of course, I listen to other podcasts to kind of get the vibe of how to play the game, and then I like that like. It's a very rules heavy game, but being able to have house rules is awesome. Being like, okay, it's like whatever. Like, I know how intricate Pathfinder 2e can get. It's like there's literally a rule for kind of everything, but being able to kind of just be like, oh, we'll play the spirit of the game rather than playing like the literal rules of the game, because it's like you can also be limited by the shit ton of rules that Pathfinder has overall. So yeah, I'm glad, and I'm glad y'all guys have been able to really mold the system to how y'all guys are. But yeah, I think that will do it for this post show of the Marvel TTRPG. If you enjoyed it, please let us know. We would love to do more of different side quests here on the channel. And we'll see you next time.
See?